Welcome to PWS United, a podcast for the Prader-Willi syndrome community, brought to you by PWSA USA. This podcast gives the latest news in research, advocacy, and family support by bringing together staff, volunteers, PWS treatment specialists, biotech and pharmaceutical representatives, caregivers, family members, and individuals with PWS. Our goal is to share education, awareness, and resources with those living with PWS and their supporters. Join us in our mission to enhance the quality of life and empower those affected by Prader-Willi syndrome. All right. Well, welcome to another episode of PWS United. I am Carrie, and I am joined today by a special guest, Stacey Ward.
Thanks for having me. I love filling in when you guys are off with the podcast.
Yeah, we love having you. Annie is in Guatemala for a couple weeks, getting some very well-deserved time off, a really nice hopefully restful break. I think she's down there doing a lot of stuff, but
And we're all really jealous.
We're
I
all
don't know
really
if you saw,
jealous.
she posted some videos of the girls, and I was like, oh, it looks so warm and beautiful.
Yeah. It's kind of like an extra feeling that she's in a warm place, because we're both in like the coldest places.
Yes, we had snow yesterday. I don't know about you.
No snow yet. It was actually 50 degrees, which is shocking. Yeah.
For
We
almost
never get
December,
that.
definitely.
Yeah. Yep. But I will say I'm running the turkey trot on Thanksgiving. It's
good for you.
A tradition. Yeah. If we go to Wisconsin for it, we typically run it. My siblings are dragged along with us as well. They
Is
love
Steve
it.
a runner as well?
And yeah, Steve is a runner. My husband's a runner.
That's great.
Yeah. So it's supposed to be in the teens while we're running. And we joked, but we're not joking, that we're going to pack all our ski gear and run in our ski gear.
Yeah, I think you should.
We're going to have
funny.
to.
When it's that cold here, a bunch of the people, so you start, the Troy Turkey Trot usually has like 15,000 people who run it.
Whoa.
It's huge, and it's a fairly flat course, so it's a course that can be used for setting records and qualifying for other 5Ks and 10Ks and that sort of thing. But when it's really cold, you watch people start, run the first mile, and pop into the bar on the corner, and that's it.
That's a nice, little addition.
Yeah.
Incentive to be part of it.
Right.
Very good. Oh, yeah. There's not a bar, unfortunately, anywhere near our route. And there are hills. So
you'll warm up very quickly.
Yes, I think so. And then we feel like we deserve, everything the rest of the day. So
absolutely.
Cold or not cold, it's always fun.
Traditions are important.
They are. I agree with you there. All right. Well, we are getting into our volume 135 Pulse edition, and this was sent out on November 21st. And in keeping with the kind of holiday conversation here, we're starting with a section called Preparing for the Holidays with PWS. So, how do we prepare for the holidays? Even in typical homes, preparing for the holidays can definitely be challenging. Our planning may be filled with questions like, who is hosting? Who is bringing what dish? Who is invited? Which family are we visiting on which day? Who gets the presents? Who makes the mashed potatoes? And is cherry pie even allowed? When PWS is introduced to the situation, the holiday preparation stress may skyrocket to seemingly unbearable proportions. So how families prepare and navigate the holidays really is unique to each family. There is not one way to do it. We cannot expect what works for one family to work for everyone. Some families continue to avoid sugar throughout the season, while other families allow their loved ones some indulgence. And some families just stay home. We know it might not be easy, and it very well might be challenging. We cannot control every situation, but we can be flexible and change our decisions as the needs of our family changes without comparing our choices to what we see others doing. We can remember that we have the strength, the knowledge, and sometimes the healthy snacks packed in our bags to get through this time with relative ease and as much joy as we want to bring to the table. We can remember that we have the support of the PWS community and the staff at PWSA USA when we are in need as well. So we have a list of blog posts and resources to help our community make informed decisions this kind of tricky time of the year. And we will have them all linked in our episode show notes. Some of them include celebrating Thanksgiving safely, tips and techniques for a safe holiday season, a blog called Cousins at Christmas, opening the conversation of your child's special needs, and then one that's a letter to friends and family, which is a really, really good one. I would recommend that one highly for people to read through. And this is, while it's Thanksgiving this week and it's a little more specific to this holiday, these are helpful for all, upcoming holidays as well. So it's a good refresher and reminders to help navigate safely.
And I would add that, the blog articles are incredibly helpful and informative. But if you get yourself in a situation or there's something happening that's, a crisis, either behavioral or medical, and you really need to speak with somebody, our 24-hour crisis line is available as well. It is staffed through the holidays. So please don't hesitate to call if you guys are in a crisis and you need us.
Yes, I'm so glad you mentioned that. Thank you, Stace. And the number is 941-312-0400. So write that down, stick it on your fridge, call us if you need us. We are here.
Program it in your phones.
Or just add us as a contact if you don't already have us. Great idea.
Right.
All right. And our PWSA memory for the week is a really fun one. I love all of these PWSA memories. I'm going to be sad to stop sharing them in the new year because we've been doing this as part of our 50th anniversary in 2025. But this one focuses on the beginning of PWSA's internet support groups. The column that we're referring to here is from the September 1997 edition of The Gathered View. And the column asks readers, have you visited PWSA's worldwide website lately?
I love that.
Isn't that great? I know. I love looking back. So as technology advances, so too does the support people are able to tap into. From chat rooms, email threads, Facebook groups, there's so much offered nowadays through the beauty of technology and digital world. So we're excited to see, what the next iteration of virtual family support could be, and I think that this article really makes you think through that a little bit, which is really fun.
Fantastic. When I first got involved in the PWS community, everything was through the Yahoo listserv groups.
Mm-hmm.
And then you look at where we're at now, and you're right, the technology has advanced so much. And it's very funny. Like you'd put something in the Yahoo group and wait and wait and wait for somebody to respond. And sometimes they did and sometimes they didn't. And with Facebook, it's instant.
Yeah.
People are responding and getting back to each other and sharing their stories so quickly.
Yeah.
But I love that worldwide website language.
So good. I love
So funny.
Love looking back. Yeah. So we'll have a link to this gathered view so you can read through the column in our show notes. And we're excited to see what the future holds.
Love it.
So our spotlight on hope this week is a really sweet one. I read this and I just got a little teary-eyed. I'm not going to lie. But it was submitted by an individual living with PWS's school, which is really unique. I don't know if we've had one submitted by some school staff before, which is great.
I don't think we have, but I'd love to see more of that.
Yeah, I think this really opens that opportunity up. Like a group, group home staff members, school staff, like it's really for anybody to submit anything about the individuals that they're helping too. So this one, they share, we try really hard to raise PWS awareness in our area, which is North Logan, Utah. This year, our local high school's Latinos in Action Club and elementary school teachers and students decided that they wanted Temi to have the same experience as other kids, but didn't want her family to have to worry about her safety. They set up a classroom door-to-door trick-or-treat just for her. The teachers gave her trinkets and fidgets, stuffed animals, books, puzzles, and PWS safe snacks. She had the best time, and at the end of the day, all the other kids left their candy behind and played with Temi and her toys instead. It's so amazing to see a school district care this much about their student and make such a major effort here. I think this could be like a lead by example.
I also think it's really telling that the other kids left the candy to go play with these toys. One of the fears that I hear from schools is, when we start talking about not having food in the school and that sort of thing, is the other kids will be so sad. And this clearly demonstrates that they weren't.
Yeah.
That there's other ways to get them engaged, and that taking the sugar and the candy and stuff out of the school is not going to be detrimental to them. I love this.
Yeah. It's so amazing that they did this. And again, I hope it's something that could be maybe adopted. It's stories like this. We love posting them. We love sharing them, not just as, amazing things that are happening in the community or just anything happening in the community for that matter, but to help others get ideas or understand more about Prader-Willi syndrome. So it's a great series. I'm glad that we do stuff like this.
Me too.
Get those stories out.
Well, moving along to events and fundraisers, we are in our largest campaign of the year, our Angel Drive. So the 2025 Angel Drive runs from November 1st to December 31st, and it's USA's largest annual fundraiser. It fuels vital support and hope for individuals and families affected by Prader-Willi syndrome. And this year, your gift carries extra meaning as we've been celebrating the 50th anniversary of PWSA USA all year long. Your support powers real progress, preparing for emerging therapies across behavior, metabolism, cognition, and independence, expanding early diagnosis for every child, everywhere, and closing the gap between what families need and what's possible. Your tax-deductible gift provides hope 24/7, 365, today, tomorrow, and for generations to come. Thank you for standing with the PWS community, and together we are united in hope. And there's a button that will be in our show notes if you'd like to make your donation straight through the podcast show notes, or you can make a donation online or mail us a check. There's many, many ways that you can support the Angel Drive this year. And we've also included another one of our Hope and Actions videos, Shaping the Future of PWS. And this one, for 50 years, PWSA USA has been guided by families, leaders, and visionaries who believed in a stronger future for people living with Prader-Willi syndrome. And in this video, parents David and Janice Agarwal reflect on the legacy that welcomed them into the PWS community and the spirit of passing the baton to the next generation, from advancing research to exploring new possibilities. And you can watch that video. They did an amazing job. It was, for me, that was very emotional, watching their video.
They're very well spoken. And they have a lot of knowledge about the history of PWSA.
They're very humble and often do not take the credit they deserve for being so instrumental in the progress that we have made. Both Janice and David have done amazing things for the PWS community and continue to do so. So I'm so glad that they were able to participate in this and that we can highlight them a little bit as well.
Yeah, same.
So you're invited. I'm so excited for this. On Saturday, December 6th, from 2 to 4, at the Comfort Suites Portland Airport Conference Room in Portland, Oregon, the PWSA chapter of Oregon and Washington are having a Christmas experience. It's a wonderful free opportunity to connect with other families in a relaxed and supportive environment. Santa and his helpers will be there, and they'll be giving out a special gift to every child and a person of PWS of any age. They're going to be providing a low-calorie snack and a choice of a diet drink or bottled water for all attendees. There'll be activities specially chosen for the guests. They're not providing meals, but dining options are nearby. Guest rooms have a microwave and a fridge. And the attendees will get the latest information on promising treatments and studies, including Aardvark's Hero Study and ViCat XR. A representative of Soleno Therapeutics, the makers of ViCat XR, will be available to answer any of your questions about the PWS treatment and the insurance coverage, which is really important. That's a question that we get very often. Attendees will also be able to learn more about the PWSA map and receive help getting connected to this valuable resource. You can call the Comfort Suites in Portland Airport and request a PWSA discounted rate. We do ask, though, that you RSVP to this event by December 3rd to give Santa the amount of time that he and his helpers are going to need to create those special little gifts for everyone. You can email your RSVP to pwsaorwa@gmail.com. Include the name and age of every child and person with PWS, again for Santa and his elves, along with the total number of people in your group. And sponsoring that event for the Washington, Oregon chapter is Seleno and Aardvark. So thank you guys for continuing to support the entire PWS community.
Yes. And I'll have the email in our show notes as well for people to go and find that and just be able to click and send that email quickly. It looks so fun. I'm so glad they're doing it. They're so active, that
They
chapter.
are.
They really put on a lot of great events for the families. That PWSA map is incredible. I hope that that expands, across the country at some point in time. I know they're local to those couple states, but it is such a cool initiative. Yeah, they're doing great things over there.
They sure are.
For this next section for our events, we have a really special guest joining us. It is Lucy Sinsheimer, who's mom to Olive. She is the one, along with her husband, Aaron Weber, the comedian, that hosted the Prader Silly event in October that benefited PWSA. And Annie and I were so excited to sit down with her and really understand, the intricacies that went into this event, hear from Lucy and how she thought everything went, and just all the fun that was had. And once again, we experienced insane FOMO. Neither of us got to go, but we loved talking to Lucy, and we're going to hear from her right now. So we're going to have Lucy take it away.
All right. Well, Lucy, thank you for coming on to talk with us. And do you mind just kind of starting with who you are and your place in the PWS community?
Yeah, sure. My name's Lucy Sinsheimer. I am the mother of Olive Weber, who is 1 year old, who I am in the PWS community. Wow, that's like a hard.
Well, I guess I meant more like as a parent, but like if
Yeah.
you have an answer to that, I mean, I was like, ooh, I kind of want to hear what she's going to come up with.
Yeah.
But
Well, I'm the mother of a child with PWS, and after I got that diagnosis, people say that I can't just dip my toes into something. I just like have to fully take the plunge, and I think that's kind of what I did when we decided to do our big fundraiser this year, Prader Silly. Yeah, I don't know.
no, that's great. That's great. So, what did bring you to the idea of creating this Prader Silly event?
I think I just was like, I have to do something to help. And we have this platform. And if there's one thing I know how to do, it's produce a comedy show. So why not produce a comedy show that helps my daughter and other kids like my daughter? And I think the first organization that really like I became aware of was PWSA, and I got connected with Christy pretty early. I think even before I for sure knew Olive had PWS, actually. We had gotten our like initial test results that were like, it's either PWS or Angelman. And I like went crazy on Facebook and looked at all these groups. And I kind of knew after, because Olive didn't get diagnosed till she was about like 5 or 6 months old. So at that point, I'd done a lot of prior research. So once I got that result, I was pretty positive it was Prader-Willi. So I joined, I think, just like one of those standard Facebook groups, and somebody put me in contact with Christy, and we started chatting. And I was like, just so you know, I'm not 100% sure this is what it is, but my intuition tells me. And Christy, being Christy, was like, it doesn't matter. Like, you'll still be our friend for life. And then once, like 3 weeks later, we got the result. Christy and I got on the phone, and I got connected and got a parent mentor. And, when you get that diagnosis, you feel a lot of feelings. And PWSA just made me feel so much less alone. So after like a month or two of just feeling so uplifted and moved by everything that PWSA had done for me, I was like, well, what can I do for them? And the only thing I really know how to do is put on a giant magical comedy show. So that's kind of where the idea was born. It also, just to be completely honest, like it did help me cope with everything that was going on, to be able to have something to kind of channel my energy into.
Yeah.
That
I
makes
think
sense.
a lot of our families feel that way, Lucy, who host like events like this
Yeah.
or who come onto our work groups or something in a volunteer or like get involved in a way that is meaningful to them way, and I'm so glad that you like found that outlet and were
Yeah, I
able
think
to
it
run
was
with
like
it.
for me, it was like I can either sit and like
Mm.
wallow in sadness, which is not really my vibe anyway. Or I can take this energy and put it somewhere good. And not to say that like sitting and wallowing is not acceptable. Like I've certainly had my days where I've sat and felt bad about, you know, developmental delays or appointments or this and that, but I personally just like it's not good for my mental health to stay still in those thoughts. So it was really good to have that outlet to channel that energy into and make it like a positive thing instead of a negative thing, if that makes sense.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, I totally agree. And yeah, there's a place for all of it.
Mhm.
Totally.
So so you had some pretty big comedians at this
Yeah.
event. How did you, I mean, I realize that you probably have a very close relationship with most of them.
Yes.
Were they all kind of on board right away? Like, how did
Yeah,
you
I think
approach them?
I think, me and Aaron joked about this, on stage when we did our little, like, introduction, but we really did, like, pull all the favors that we've never pulled before, but also, like, these are people that we have really close relationships, so as soon as they kind of even knew that something was going on with Olive, like, a lot of them reached out to us even before we had this idea and were like, "If there's anything that we can do to help you at this time, like, let us know." Like, little did they know that we actually were gonna act on that
Yeah, you're
on
like,
them asking
well.
us. But no, everybody was really cool about it, and a lot of people really had been like, "If you do something that we can be a part of, we'd love to be a part of it." I mean, Aaron's been doing stand-up for, like, probably 10 years now, and I've been in the background, of the business at Zanies and other places for about 12 years now. So we really do know a lot of people, and they are very much kind-hearted people that were willing to jump in and donate their time to help us.
Hmm. That's wonderful. And yeah, I think our staff could echo that so so much because they fell in love with them.
Yeah.
All of the
They're hard not
performers.
to.
Yeah, yeah. Stacy says that her and Leanne are best friends now. So so fun.
Yeah, it was so cool. Like, I didn't expect everybody to, like, hang out afterwards and mingle, and that was really nice too. I
Hmm.
think they all learned a lot about PWS, and they all offered their kindness and time and took pictures with people, and that was really cool too.
Yeah. Yeah, the pictures are amazing. We're going to have a link to the gallery in our show notes, just as an FYI for listeners as well. Um, but Lucy, how did it feel, when everything came together, when you saw all of these people, whether they were, the performers, your coworkers, PWSA staff, and all the people who came to attend the event? What was that feeling like? Can you
It was
describe
so
it?
cool. I mean, this is so weird to say, but it was like the only other time I can remember that kind of feeling is like my wedding, because you're
Hmm.
like all these different people from different parts of your life are in one room that you never expected to be in one room together. And you're like, "Oh, this moment, like, won't ever be, like, recreated the exact way it is right now." Like, it was, like, childhood friends, family friends, obviously the performers, PWSA staff, my work family, like, literally everybody. It was really nice, and it was cool that they all came together, for such an important cause to our family and for and our daughter was actually there, which was crazy because
I was going to ask
I've never
how she
seen a
did.
baby at Zanies before, let alone, Dr. Miller refused to let anybody else hold her for the
I think I saw
entire
pictures
show.
of Dr. Miller in the background of some of them.
Literally, I
Yeah,
think
holding
my
Olive.
dad tried to grab Olive from Dr. Miller, and she was like, "Actually, no." And I was, "You know what? If anybody's gonna hog my daughter, her doctor being the one to hog her is totally acceptable to me."
Totally fine with me.
But
Amazing.
it was really, really cool to have everybody come together like that.
That is so great. And I know that you're already planning maybe
Yes, actually, I
future
think
something?
I've gotten the green light to announce on the podcast that next year is a go, and we have an official date of September 30th,
Oh my goodness.
which is 2 days after Olive's second birthday. So that's
Oh,
a
perfect.
little birthday party.
Amazing. Oh my gosh, we
Yeah.
are so excited. Annie and I are gonna come. We're
You
making it
better.
a priority. Yes.
Yeah. Perfect.
We had the worst FOMO of our lives. So
We
Yeah,
did.
I can imagine.
we're like, we're
Yeah.
gonna be there.
Just the whole event, but also like my mom introduced me in virtual world to Nate Bargatze years
Yeah.
ago, and so we've been big fans of his. I was like, I would have loved to have met him
Yeah.
another
I can't
time.
guarantee who's gonna come and who's not gonna come next year,
Right.
but I do know that it's going to be just as epic as the first
Mm,
year.
love it.
Can I suggest an
Sure.
open mic session? So for those people maybe on staff who are trying to break into comedy,
I mean, I think
get a
that would be a
chance.
really fun after party situation.
Right.
Annie
After
and
everybody's
Lynn.
gone.
Late night. Who do you think on the staff would have the best set? Am I allowed to ask that question?
I feel like
I think
Lynn or
Lynn.
Katie
I
would.
know.
Katie would be
I
good
totally
too.
agree.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like I'd be a good
Annie would be up there
runner-up,
too, for sure.
you know. I mean, let's not discount me.
I
I'm not
also
just
feel like
I've never.
Lynn, for
I feel
sure.
like Christy would be pretty good too.
Yeah, she
Be like
would.
sneaky good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
'Cause
we've
she
got
makes
some
me
witty
laugh.
people. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, honestly, the staff is all very funny.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think my husband called it trench humor the other day when we were talking about it.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what it is. Trench humor. We're all in the trenches together.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Lynn
I get it.
famously says, if we don't laugh, we cry. I think I heard her say that like 3 times at the recent trip we were
But
all
how
on.
funny is this? Lynn had never been to a comedy show before.
Really?
Actually, Lynn had never heard of anybody on the show,
Oh my god.
which I thought was and I made it a point to watch her watch the show, and she had such a good time.
Oh, I'm sure. Oh
But
my
she
gosh.
literally, like, had never heard doesn't know any comedians at
Oh,
all,
that's so funny.
and I loved
Oh,
how much she
Lynn.
loved it. I mean,
Mhm.
honestly, such a big part of the night for me was to watch a lot of the parents that I knew and didn't know, but that had kids with PWS that don't get to go to events like this.
Yeah.
I think that was, like, the most meaningful part for me is getting to see parents enjoy a night out that don't normally get to do that. And it's so important to be able to do that. And I think a lot of moms especially take on that, like, primary caregiver role and don't allow themselves to go out or to stray from their routine. And not that there's anything wrong with that. That is just unfortunately some people's setup, you know.
Mhm.
But to get to see those moms able to let loose and have fun was really special. It was really cool.
Yeah. I love
And I
that.
hope we get to do a lot more of that next year too.
I'm sure it will. I'm sure it will come with that too. That's so great. Did you
Yeah.
get to meet other families too, Lucy? Did it
Yeah,
kind
I
of like
mean,
open your network a little bit more?
just us posting our initial post like 6 months ago. I don't know. No, probably more than that at this point. Once we got the diagnosis, like, I was able to find families in Nashville because of that post, which is crazy. So now we have like a group of 6 of us that are all in the Nashville area. And we all hang out, and they all came and I sat them like close to the front. But also just through PWSA in general, I've met so many families, and a lot of them were able to attend, which was really cool. So definitely, yes, it has opened up my network a lot. But
That
the
is so
coolest
great.
part about it is, like, so many of those families in Nashville had no idea there were other families in Nashville,
Yeah.
which is super cool.
Yeah, in turn, you opened up,
Yeah.
their world a little bit.
Yeah, for
Made it
sure.
PWS world a little bit bigger for them too, which is amazing.
100%.
Oh, I love it.
100%.
I love it. I love events like
Totally.
this. It's great.
Yeah.
It's amazing what you guys do. And it's kind of like a wedding in the sense of like you feel like all your people are there, but it's also like the planning. The
Right.
planning aspect is also like a
Yes, there
wedding.
is a lot more planning than I ever even knew about,
Wow.
which is good. I mean, I definitely learned a lot from the experience about
Yeah.
what to do and what not to do.
Mhm.
So I feel like it'll just keep getting better every year.
Yeah, hopefully it'll just be easier next time. You have the
Yes.
template down, so that's
Yes,
good.
for sure.
Well, I'm really excited that you're gonna do it again.
Yes,
Um,
me too. I mean, I hope to do it as much as, every single year
Love
for
yeah.
as
it.
long as I can.
Amazing. And I think just to end here, Lucy, I would love
Yeah.
just to hear how Olive's doing.
She's
She just
doing
turned 1
great.
not too
She
long
just
ago.
turned 1. She learned how to clap. She's really
Oh,
into clapping right now. Like, if you just
love
go,
it.
"Clap, Olive," she'll just clap, clap, clap. She's starting to, like, bear weight, like, not stand up on her own, but if you place her in standing, she can stand assisted. Like, her energy is really good. She's great. She's just a happy little baby. She just lights up every room she walks into. Like, she truly is the best.
Mm,
So, we're doing really well. No, nothing to complain about, honestly.
good.
Oh, so
Great
good.
to hear. She is adorable.
Thank
Every
you.
Oh,
picture you post her, I'm like,
I
God,
stop
you're
and
know.
the
take a moment.
cutest.
Truly.
Ah. Well, thank you and Erin for all of the work
Of
that you
course.
guys did on this. Thank you to everybody in your world who stepped in to help. I
Thank
think it
you.
just is like a testament to, the people who you surround yourself with
Yeah.
and your guys's, tenacity through all of this and
Thank you.
commitment to your daughter. So, thank you so much for
Thanks,
everything.
guys.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you once again to Lucy for joining us. We loved talking to her, and we're so excited that she announced the next Prader Silly event, which again will take place next year, September 30th, 2026. So we will have more details in the coming months, not super soon, but keep a lookout, on our PWSA sites for more details around that. And Stacy, you were at Prader Silly, so I'd love to hear from your perspective how it all went. I think in the interview I mentioned that you and Leanne became like best friends.
We did.
Yeah,
Yes.
what
It
happened?
was so much fun. First of all, can't thank really Lucy. Um, Aaron kind of shared that he just needed to show up. That Lucy really kind of took the reins and did
Yeah.
everything, and it was just such a great atmosphere.
Mhm.
Zany's was interestingly, I watch a lot of stand-up comedy,
Mhm.
comedy specials, that sort of thing, and I see Zany's all the time. It's the place to be, and it looks huge when you're watching on TV, and then
Uh-huh.
you get and it's so intimate. Like,
Mhm.
I felt like I could reach out and touch every comedian on the stage, and, everybody's laughing together, and everybody became friends. It was such a cool environment. The staff at Zanies were amazing.
Mhm.
Uh, they really did an incredible job and were incredibly generous. The lineup was hands down the most incredible lineup. If you're not a comedy fan, you may not truly understand just how incredible that lineup was.
Yeah.
Um, and I unfortunately lost my voice while I was there. So, I'm showing people to their tables and trying to give them the little rundown, and it's coming out in these little squeaks. It was very, very amusing for all of
Added
us.
comedic effect.
Right, right.
Just naturally.
But it was so much fun, and for me personally, it was really special. Jeff was able to come with me.
Mhm.
My niece, who had been living in Nashville at the time, she actually moved back to Massachusetts yesterday. Um, yeah, I'm very, very excited for her. She got a
Mhm.
job at Dana-Farber where she wants to be doing oncology, so really
Oh,
great.
that's great.
We got to bring her, and then I flew her sister out so that she could come as well, and the 4 of us we got to enjoy it together, and it was really, really special. It was
Mhm.
also special for me to have them meet some of the PWS family that, they didn't have the opportunity to do that through my fundraiser. So I was so happy to bring them into that fold. And by the time we left, they were hugging everybody as well. So it was really, really special.
Yeah.
The comedians were incredible. And yes, Leanne is now my best friend. And I am hopeful that we will
Great
stay
best
in
friend to
touch.
have. I hope so too.
So much talent on that stage. I get chills thinking about it now.
Yeah. And they stayed after and kind of mingled, right? And took
They
pictures with
did.
people.
So they stayed, they invited a couple of the staff, they invited some of their family, Aaron's family, his parents, and Lucy's parents, and all of the staff from Zanies, and just kind of hung out. And, we were able to take some pictures and that sort of thing. And it was just, it was really, really special.
That's so great. And I'm sure you're looking forward to it next year as well
I
as all of
am.
us.
I am so looking forward to it. And it will be September 30th is right after my son's wedding. So I will be in need of a good time.
Just a break. Yeah, good times
Yes.
of just like sitting and laughing and having nothing on your mind except the fun you're having.
Yes. It'll be great. I'm so looking forward to it.
Yeah.
And
Me too.
I know Lucy shared we have no idea who the lineup will be. So there's been some talk in the community that people were hoping it was the same lineup as this past year. We won't know until we get there. So, all right, moving along to our next event. This is another fun event that's going to be happening, Claus for a Cause. And the registration is going to be closing soon. So if you are interested, you're going to need to get on this quickly. It's December 7th from 12 to 4 with check-in starting at 11:30 at the Bridgeville Volunteer Fire Department Station in Bridgeville, Pennsylvania. You can join PWS families from the greater Pittsburgh area for a joyful, inclusive holiday celebration featuring photos with Santa, a healthy meal, seasonal kids activities that are all designed with the needs of individuals living with PWS in mind. The hosts, which are a group of families in Pennsylvania who are coming together to do this event, share that the holidays can be challenging for families like theirs. And this event is all about creating joyful memories, fostering connection, and celebrating the season together. So please register by November 29th. Every dollar raised supports PWSA's advocacy, family support, and research programs and initiatives. And bonus, if you did not see this, the silent auction is now live, and you can start browsing and bidding on those items anytime between now and 3 p.m. on December 7th. We'll link the registration and the silent auction in the show notes for you. And again, thank you to the sponsors of Claus for a Cause, Soleno Therapeutics, BJ's Brewhouse, Kashabra, and Panther Rare Pharmacy. If you're interested in hosting your own PWS Hope United event, contact Hope United at pwsausa.org.
All right, moving on now to some advocacy news. We are excited, very excited, to share that 2026 DC fly-in applications will be coming soon. Yay! So mark your calendars. The 2026 PWSA DC fly-in will take place May 4th through May 6th, 2026 in Washington, D.C. at the Yours Truly DC Hotel. We are so excited to once again bring 150 members of the PWS community, including parents, siblings, supporters, extended family members, and most importantly, individuals living with PWS, to Capitol Hill to share their voices directly with elected officials. Applications will first be released to members of PWSA USA's Advocacy Committee, with the public applications opening the first week of January. I can't say this loud enough. Please be sure to check our website and social media so you don't miss your chance to apply for this, because spots will fill fast. We saw that in 2024. I think within 2 days, we were already past the number of people we could bring. So
this is a lot like camp at convention. It fills up very, very quickly. So you need to be looking for it and getting your applications in immediately.
Yes. So remember, just that first week of January, really be on the lookout at our social media pages, on our website. We'll have a blog. We'll put it everywhere that we can, but just keep your eyes peeled. Keep that date in mind.
Yes.
So this year, we are introducing travel and lodging scholarship opportunities to help make participation more accessible. And attendees this time around will be responsible for arranging their own travel plans. So just to make sure everyone keeps that in mind. So yeah, we just can't wait to return to DC during PWS Awareness Month in May and continue advocating for the needs of our community. And if you have any questions about the fly-in ahead of the application being released or, any time between now and the fly-in, you can contact our advocacy team. And that email address is advocacy@pwsausa.org. And I will have that in the show notes as well. And if anyone is interested in sponsoring the 2026 fly-in, we would love to have as many sponsors as possible, make sure that this becomes a reality for all of the individuals wanting to come. So you can contact us at development@pwsausa.org to learn more about those opportunities. And I'll also have that in the show notes. So we hope to, see everyone there in May.
It's going to be great. The DC fly-in is one of my favorite things that we do.
Same.
And I'll get on my soapbox for just a second, but having people with PWS there sharing their stories is like my favorite thing in the world. And watching that happen, I end up sobbing in these meetings. It's so powerful to hear directly from somebody living with the syndrome about their lived experience.
It is. And I think it really, Stacey, puts them in a position of empowerment for sure, but it is hard work. It's a lot that they have to do. It's meeting after meeting after meeting, and they do it so well. They really rise to the occasion and they crush it.
They do better than the rest of us.
Yes,
it's amazing to watch. It's like after each meeting, there's a little bit more energy that they have, and it builds where the rest of us are getting a little bit more tired.
Andy and I interviewed Connor Hayback as it was his last meeting of the day. And it was hours at that point that we were all walking around Capitol Hill to these meetings. And he was so energetic. He was so excited to talk, interview with us briefly afterwards. And we were like, you look like you just did your first meeting. I'm so jealous.
It's amazing to watch. It really is.
Yes. Yes. So again, can't wait to go back, and applications will be available soon.
All right, let's move into the family support section. Thanks to the incredible generosity of an anonymous donor, we are thrilled to bring back Operation Holiday Cheer. Now, this is my hands-down favorite program that we offer every year.
Yeah, same.
This heartwarming initiative helps spread joy to families in need by easing the financial burden of the holiday season. Through this program, a number of families affected by PWS will receive gift cards to assist with holiday expenses, ensuring that they can focus more on celebrating with loved ones and less on financial stress. If your family could benefit from this support, we invite you to apply no later than December 1st. Families will be notified by Friday, December 5th, if they've been selected, and those gift cards will go in the mail the following week. We really want to get them out to people as quickly as possible so that they can use them for whatever will lessen the financial burden for them. There'll be a link to the application in our show notes, and then you can return that application to info@pwsausa.org. Now, my understanding is that it's been a little bit difficult for people to fill out the application on their phone. If you want to print it and handwrite and take screenshots, you can do that. If you want to look at the application and just email info with the answers, you can do that. We don't want this to be more of a burden. You could also call our main number, again, 941-312-0400. And Sarah's taking down information for people and filling it out and sending for those who are having trouble. So don't let that be a deterrent for you. All right. Did you know that November 14th was World Diabetes Day? While diabetes is not a certain outcome of PWS, it is not uncommon for individuals living with PWS to develop it over time. People with PWS may be at a higher risk due to a combination of metabolic and hormonal differences that affect how their bodies use energy and manage blood sugar. The good news is that with balanced nutrition, regular physical activity, ongoing monitoring, and early interventions, individuals can lower their chance of developing diabetes and lessen its impact if it does occur. So our newest blog provides a basic overview of diabetes in people with PWS. If you're concerned about diabetes, the most important first step is not to call us, but instead to speak directly to your healthcare provider. And then together you can create a plan for prevention and wellness. We certainly can help when it comes to creating menus and identifying nutritious foods that will lower your glycemic index. But the first call should be to your healthcare provider. You can read that article. There'll be a link in the show notes. And then we're super, super excited to share that we have created a Spanish-speaking Facebook group. The link to that will also be in the show notes, but we wanted a place for families whose first language is Spanish to be able to connect and share in their native language. If you're a Spanish-speaking family or you have a loved one who speaks Spanish, please join that group.
Yeah, this has been a request that we've gotten for a while now, Stacy, so I'm so glad to see it come to fruition and be available for
I am too,
the
and
community.
super, super appreciative of our Spanish-speaking families who have been willing to help moderate that group, since I do not know Spanish, and Christy, who moderates most of our Facebook groups, also does not know Spanish.
Right.
So having some people really step up to help us with that has been really the game changer in us being able to offer it. So shout out to those of you who have done that for us.
Yes, thank you.
And moving into our next Ask Nurse Lynn. So this one is about PWS and aging. It's a female, 65 years old, with a deletion subtype. My sister lives with caregivers in Calgary, Alberta. She turned 65 this year, and over the last few years, she has developed a number of health issues. Due to balance issues, she's been using a walker for the last couple years. And it's hard to find any information on PWS and aging, and was interested when I came across the PWSA blog. In the section on accelerated biological aging, the writer refers to maternal uniparental disomy. What is it? Can you refer me to any other information regarding PWS and aging? So you can find Nurse Lynn's response to this Ask Nurse Lynn, as well as all of the other responses on our website, and there'll be a link to that in our show notes as well. Do you have a non-emergency medical question about Prader-Willi syndrome? Do you have a non-urgent medical question that keeps coming up, but you forget to ask every time you're at the doctor? We've all been there. Perhaps your question applies to numerous families who will benefit from hearing the answer. Now you can ask Nurse Lynn. So to submit your own Nurse Lynn question, that link will also be in the show notes.
Mm-hmm. And as always, a shout out to the amazing Lynn Garrick for doing this, doing this problem
Lynn
with
is
us, helping families.
Many, many very talented woman. Some stand-up comedy,
Yeah.
some medical information, residential and behavioral information. She's just a wealth of knowledge and talent.
Yes.
We are so lucky to have her.
We are. We're so lucky. Thank you, Lynn. All right, moving on to the research section now. The Trend community has created a community and research platform founded on the belief that treating rare and chronic diseases starts with understanding the people who live with them. Parents are sharing experiences and engaging in valuable conversations on the PWS Connect channel on Discord. I know we have mentioned this a few times in the Pulse and on the podcast, but we just want to keep reminding people that this is there and it's incredibly important. And we just want as many people as we can to get in there and be part of the conversations.
It's really a great way for people who are interested in participating in research, but perhaps their child isn't old enough for a clinical trial, or they're not someone who qualifies for the particular clinical trials going on right now, for you to still participate in research in the comfort of your home.
Yes, a very easy way to do this. It's comes with biweekly journal prompts that do initiate these conversations. So there's always something to prompt you to participate as well, which is a nice addition to the group. And there's also parents who are seeking advice or connections as part of the Discord experience. So it's a great way to just meet other families as well and learn from their experiences. So we invite caregivers and individuals with PWS, parents, grandparents, siblings, to join us on the PWS Connect channel on Discord. And due to the recent breaches of privacy in Facebook, they're taking extra measures to ensure the safety and privacy of PWS Connect. Access to the PWS Connect Discord channel is limited to family members only. So we're asking for your email upon admission, strictly for verification purposes. And again, please join the conversation today We'll have an email address for the Trend community folks in our show notes so that you can connect early on before you even get into the group if you have any questions. So we have a research spotlight to share this week. It's the Tempo PWS clinical trial, and more participants are needed for this. If your loved one living with Prader-Willi syndrome struggles with excessive daytime sleepiness or related behavioral challenges, Harmony Bioscience's Tempo PWS study is your opportunity to help drive progress. Harmony Biosciences is currently enrolling participants in its global phase 3 clinical trial studying pitolisant, which is a potential treatment designed to help manage excessive daytime sleepiness and behavioral symptoms in individuals with PWS aged 6 and older. And following a successful meeting with the FDA, pitolisant received orphan drug designation, which is great, highlighting its promise for our rare disease community. Currently, there are no FDA-approved treatments that exist for excessive daytime sleepiness in PWS, so that makes this research critically important, really. And to support wider participation, the Tempo study now offers both in-person and fully at-home options. Trial sites for in-person participation, though, are available across the country. And you can learn more about the Tempo PWS study and its updated participation options at the link in our show notes. And yeah, we really are so excited about this one and the possibility to help our community who struggles with this, which is quite a few.
It really is. And I think, sometimes we don't really understand what disordered sleep looks like or excessive daytime sleepiness. And a few years ago, Dr. Jessica Dewis and some others authored a paper that really highlighted the ways that excessive daytime sleepiness and disordered sleep was affecting people. And so I'd like you to consider if your child is engaging in some challenging behaviors or is a bit irritated or their temper seems a little bit shorter, to consider getting screened because it may be sleep related versus behavioral.
Right. Absolutely. And you can do the screening at home, correct, Stacey? Yeah.
You can. So there's an initial phone call and then they send, I believe it's an RN out to your house to do the rest of the screening process with you in person. So, having people come to you is really a nice benefit when so many of our community travels all over the world to be able to see clinicians.
Yeah. It's a great addition that they have made to their trial. I know a lot of people have raved about it. So
Yes.
it's very helpful for the community, which is great.
So in PWSA announcements, we have a resource spotlight. Central adrenal insufficiency is caused by the deficiency of pituitary adrenocorticotropin hormone. ACTH is how you will see that on your blood work. Central adrenal insufficiency was identified as a possible risk in PWS in 2009 by a team of researchers in the Netherlands. Since 2009, researchers in other countries have published studies that did not find the high rates of central adrenal insufficiency that was founded in the original paper. However, there are people with PWS who clearly have inadequate cortisol production. So if you have questions or concerns, please contact your loved one's doctor for more information. And you can check out our document, Central Adrenal Insufficiency Screening with Morning Plasma Cortisol and ACTH Levels and Prader-Willi Syndrome. In the show notes, there will be a link to that in the show notes. That is a mouthful.
That's a long title.
It sure is. And, there's many kids in the PWS community when they're not feeling well, will get a stress dose of cortisol to help. So we know that this is something that does exist in the community. And in speaking with some folks, we found that it really was under-recognized by members of the community. So we wanted to include this as our resource spotlight for this pulse.
Yeah. All right, Stace. Well, thank you so much for taking on the co-host role today and helping out. We are so appreciative. And I think just before we go, is there any mission moment or anything that you want to share, impart wisdom on our listeners?
Mission moment. I have so many. I tend to go back to our adult advisory board a lot, but I'm going to again. So It's no secret. I really just love people with PWS. And
It's not.
no secret at all. I really love working with this group. And this group right now is actively involved in planning their next in-person board meeting. And one of the things that they discussed at their last meeting is that financially, it can be a strain for people to be able to attend their meetings.
Mhm.
And they felt that that could be limiting other people in the PWS community who could be a part of their group, or as they term off, that if they were expected to be able to financially cover all of their own expenses,
Mhm.
that it would hinder people being able to step in. So they've decided to start doing some fundraising that will offset the costs so that they can make their group more inclusive. And I just think one, that they come up with this on their own is fascinating to me. It just makes me so proud of who they are as individuals.
Mhm.
And two, they're just really, really great people. And I love that they take the work that they do so seriously and that it's not just a fun get together every other year. It really is work. And I'm so proud of this group.
Yeah, me too. I've had the opportunity to be on the last couple calls as we're talking about the fundraising aspect and what does that look like. And they have such amazing communication. Like they're so honest and open and they really can get work done, which is
Yeah.
just awesome. Yeah, they're
So
a group
often
of
we
great people.
underestimate the abilities.
Yeah.
And people with PWS are so capable. All of them.
Yeah. I know I wish that people could get like a little peek into into their meetings. It's really fascinating. It's amazing the work that they're doing.
Maybe we
But
can
when
make
they
that
get
happen for the next meeting.
yeah, that'd be
Have a
really
little video
cool.
or something.
Yeah, just a little snippet.
Yeah.
Um, and I know when they get together in person again next summer, we should definitely do another like interview with them or something that just highlights them as individuals and their stories and the work that they're doing. We'll brainstorm. We'll talk through it, but
I like it.
I love
What's
all
your
of that.
mission moment?
I would say it's really just this time of year. It's really the season of gratitude. Just it really does hit me, and
Same.
I'm so grateful for our team. I'm so grateful for the community. And as Annie's been out a little for not even like that long, I just am so grateful for Annie because she she does so much work. And even 2 weeks of her being off, I'm like, where's Annie?
Well, yeah, I think talking about underestimating people, I think is we underestimate, one, the impact that Annie has had,
Yeah.
but how talented she is.
Oh my gosh. Just
Yeah.
exudes talent. I know. Her writing is some of the most creative and thoughtful, and just, like, inspiring things that I've read. She has me sometimes listen to the intros that she does for the other Off Pulse podcasts, and
They're
she's like,
so
"Would you
good.
change something? Maybe it's too long," and I'm like, "I wouldn't touch like, I'm moved."
Yes,
I'm
every
very
single
moved.
time. I'm worried that she thinks that, like, I'm just being facetious, but every single time I text her or email, like, "That intro was so good."
I know.
It's so heartfelt, like, you can tell that it's not scripted. She is
Mhm.
speaking from the heart
Yes.
every time, and it is so powerful.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're really lucky to have her,
We're
and you.
really lucky. And all our staff, honestly.
Well, you have a fantastic team.
Yeah. It
We really
it's
do.
very true. Very true. And an amazing group of volunteers who help so much and the individuals of the PWS who are contributing and everyone who submits Spotlight on Hopes and just all of it. I'm just very grateful. So I think just a well-rounded message there. It's a little general, but that's what I would say. Yeah.
I love it. We hope everyone has a safe Thanksgiving filled with peace and the joy of spending time with those that you love.
Thank you for listening to this episode of PWS United. If you want to learn more about Prader-Willi syndrome and how PWSA USA is making strides in advocacy, family support, and research, visit www.pwsausa.org. And while you're there, we encourage you to sign up for our Pulse email newsletter to stay informed about the latest news, resources, and events.
Don't forget to subscribe to the PWS United podcast so you never miss an episode. Our team is always available to support families and their loved ones living with PWS 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. You can call us at 941-312-0400 or email info@pwsausa.org. Catch a new episode next Tuesday, and until then, have a great week.